I am sick of living in a world where a girl knows more about a guy's body than a guy knows about a girl's body. And I'm talking biologically and many of the different things we experience. Okay, with that being said, a guy should know about a girl's period. Yeah, I know. A little interesting to talk about. But with that being said, and my little segue into this, I'm going to properly teach you how to put in a tampon. Tampons or pads or anything are used to soak up all the blood that comes out of the body during menstruation. If you didn't use some type of cotton product, then that means that you are going to be a bloody mess. So, with that being said, I'm going to show you how to put on a tampon in me. So, first thing I got to do is I got to pull down my pants. So, get the button right here. Totally kidding. I mean, a guy can put a tampon in, but I'm sure it's probably not going to be it's probably going to be painful. So, first things first, let's get started. Tampons are going to be have a little plastic coating around them, or not a plastic coating, but a little wrapper to make sure that it stays sterile. We always want to use a sterile tampon. If you don't use a sterile tampon, you are going to get an infection. We don't want that. So, all you have to do is simply open it, and you have the tampon. The plastic applicator helps put the tampon in the vagina, and pretty much, you're set with this applicator. It's also done so that way you don't, make it unsterile. So pretty much, since I don't have a vagina personally, I'm going to have to show you with my hands. Okay, so this is the vagina, and this is the tampon. Okay, so one of the things is when using a tampon, you're going to insert it into the vagina, and you're supposed to push this. And then you pull the plastic applicator, and voila, the tampon is in. Notice how there's a string hanging down outside your vagina. That is good, because if you don't have a string hanging outside your vagina, you are screwed. Your tampon's going to be stuck up there, and we don't want the tampon being stuck up there. It makes it easier to pull out. You see how it gives that little snug tuck right there? So that is how you properly place it. So it's been maybe 4 hours, and it's time for a new tampon. So what you're going to do is you're going to properly pull this one out, okay? So we have the string dangling here, and you're going to pull it, pull it, pull it, pull it, and voila. The tampon is out. This is what the tampon's going to look like. It's going to be very bloody. Blood is good. However, do not keep your tampon in your vagina for more than 8 hours. If you do that, you're going to get what we call toxic shock syndrome. Pretty much the bacteria builds up in your vagina, and you get really sick. Potentially lead to death, too. If you leave a tampon in your vagina for more than 8 hours and you end up going to the hospital, don't say, "I told you so," because I fucking hate that shit. Okay? Now, I guess you could flush these. It's cotton, so flush it if you can. Other than that, if you don't want to flush it, wrap a bunch of tissue and shove it in your trash can. You don't want your dog sniffing through that trash can, pulling out a tampon, and having him run downstairs in front of your entire guests, having your bloody tampon in his mouth.